Hello everyone, I'm Peter Monahan. Welcome to Tommy Media's The Locker Room. The University of St. Thomas men's basketball team heads into the season as defending national champion. Senior point guard Grant Shaeffer played in all 40 minutes of the national championship game and recorded 14 points. He also hit 6 of 7 free throws in a game where the Tommies scored 27 points from the line. Junior Ryan Boll started every game of his sophomore year and averaged 4.7 points per game. I'm joined today by Coach John Tower, Grant Shaeffer, and Ryan Boll. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, your team averaged 77.9 points per game last year. 55.2 of those points were scored by the senior class. Who will make up those points this year?
So you're predicting we're going to average about 22 points a game, is that right?
Well, who do you think is going to make up for that loss?
We certainly, those are big shoes to fill, and those guys played an instrumental role in our national championship. That said, this program really has been built on, the legacy that can move us forward, and the guys who, Grant and Ryan obviously are 2 returning starters, but when you look at all the young guys in our program who have put in their time and worked diligently behind guys like Ryan Sarlin, Taylor Montero, Cortez Tillman, Jimmy Remke, those guys are ready for their opportunity. And so, our program is based on balanced scoring and unselfishness and tough defense, and I don't think those hallmarks are going to change. Certainly the names are going to look a little bit differently, and I would expect that we're going to have the same balanced approach and up-tempo style.
Grant and Ryan, you both started every game last year alongside 3 seniors who have now graduated. What has been your focus in the offseason to prepare for a new starting lineup and a new season?
This offseason, we worked hard together, and our focus coming into the year is creating that gel and togetherness that we haven't played a lot with this team. So playing together more and more is really what we're focusing on and getting comfortable with each other.
All right, as leaders of the team, what do you feel is the most important message to send to some of the younger players on the team?
I would say, a lot of the guys, incoming freshmen, the guys around last year, freshmen, sophomores, they were able to see what it takes to go far in the tournament, whether it's winning another MIAC championship or winning a national title. They saw what it takes, and so from the top this year, starting October 15th, we've really tried to implement that into our program, into the young guys, and show them what it takes to win. And that starts from hard work, starts from buying into the coaches and playing together, like Coach Towers alluded to.
Yeah, I'd definitely say just listening to the coaches, because they're some of the smartest people. Like, if you listen to them, they're going to tell you stuff that makes you better.
And so, starting every game as a sophomore, do you have any particular advice for some of the players that might be getting more playing time as freshmen or sophomores?
Just work hard, do the little things. I mean, I started my games last year because of my defense, and I knew my role on the team. So I think if some of the younger guys come up, they know their role, they know like play defense, take open shots, take good shots, and it'll correlate to more minutes.
And Coach, after winning the national championship last year, you could expect a large target on your back. How has your team been mentally preparing for this season?
Well, I think those targets are probably self-imposed more than they are by anybody else. I mean, I think these guys, Ryan and Grant and everybody else, I don't think their expectations change necessarily. Our goal is always to compete for a national championship, and part of that is winning our conference title. And we have a huge target on our back, and we embrace that. That said, we know there are a lot of really good teams in the conference, and I think when you listen to Grant and Ryan, the things that impress me most about these guys is how they've gotten continually better over the course of their career, and that's really how a program can sustain itself when guys are never complacent. So these guys started the national championship game last season, won a title, and I know they're hungrier than ever to improve and just be better versions of themselves. That's a lot of what we talk a lot about is, don't worry about other people. Be the best we can be at what we do, and at the end of the day, then you can look yourself in the mirror. We don't necessarily expect we're going to win every game, but we certainly expect to get better through the course of the year and to be able to play with anybody. And for me as a coach, I think that's the most gratifying thing is seeing how guys develop. And Ryan alluded to, his role last year as a defensive stopper. He's certainly going to have a different role this year than he did last year. Grant's going to have a different role, even though he had an incredibly prominent one last year. He had 3 senior captains last year who were helping him lead. He's in a different spot. And so watching these guys grow and mature and develop as a coach is really gratifying, and we're excited. We love to have a target on our back, but we also know we've got a lot of work to do.
And we'll be back after this short message.
Barbers learn the traditional techniques of barbering. We utilize straight edge razors. We do a lot of clipper cuts, a lot of tapering, fading. I've been in this location for 12 years. I have clients that have been cutting their hair since they were 4 years old. Get to have conversations with these kids, and it keeps me on my toes.
And now it's time for this week's fan question. Grant and Ryan, sophomore Dylan Witt wants to know, what was the best part of winning the national championship last year?
Obviously, it was an unbelievable experience, and the best part was just sharing it with the teammates and the coaches. You know, we all built a family-like relationship, and that's cliche, but it really was how it was last year. And so when that buzzer went off and we won, it was fun to look around and hug the guys that you've been working with for years on end. So it was amazing.
Yeah, I'll definitely say the friendship, the memories we made, we'll never forget it. I mean, we were a family last year, so it was something very special. And the final buzzer going off is something I'll never forget.
If you have a fan question, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Thanks for joining us today, guys, and good luck with the start of the season.
Thanks,
Thank
Pete.
you.
With Coach John Tower, Grant Shaeffer, and Ryan Boll, I'm Peter Monahan. We'll see you next time in The Locker Room.